your CIGTV News Update, your community headlines and weather forecasts, I'm Donna Bush. Well, today, October 1st, marks the beginning of Older Persons Month and a calendar filled with activities. The theme of this year's month of events, organized by the Department of Children and Family Services, is Appreciation of Those Age 65 Plus is Positive Aging. 29 activities are planned across the 3 Cayman Islands over 22 days. It's anticipated that if previous years are anything to go by, many of our seniors will attend a number of those events. Well, today we spoke with one of the 4 Older Persons Month ambassadors for the month, Beulah McPhail.
Since I was chosen as an ambassador for Older Persons Month, I've been thinking about what it is to be positively aging, for instance. And I realized that a lot of people say, well, they're becoming advanced in age. And so I decided to just look at what that word actually meant. And it means moving forward purposefully. So I'm purposefully growing older. And that means that I'm going forward with anticipation, with excitement. I'm not losing anything in not being young. I'm gaining something and being granted the opportunity to grow old.
And the ministry's chief officer, Teresa Inchiniki, says the theme for our 2019 Older Persons Month reflects the continuing focus of the ministry and the department to promote and assist our aging population. The month-long calendar of events is available in public outlets and online. The first event on the calendar is the garden party being hosted at Pedro St. James on Tuesday evening. For more information about the Older Persons Month, you can contact the Department of Children and Family Services by calling them on 949-0290. That's 949-0290. Also making our headlines, the Ministry of Community Affairs has announced the appointment of Joan West-Dacres as its new Deputy Chief Officer. Mrs. West-Dacres, who starts work today, is already used to working in a high-profile public sector job. Until recently, as director of the National Drug Council, she was instrumental in initiating and developing the research methodologies that the council now uses to help stakeholders develop programs and policies that are based on accurate and locally relevant data. Councillor for Community Affairs, Mr. Austin Harris, says he's pleased about the new senior appointment by saying, "We are thrilled to have Mrs. West-Dacres join our dynamic team at the Ministry of Community Affairs. We believe that her skills and previous experiences will enable the ministry to achieve its ambitious goals and reach new heights." We say congratulations to Mrs. Joan West-Dacres. Well, the Human Tissue Transplant Council held its inaugural meeting in mid-September here at the Government Administration Building. The HTTC, appointed by Cabinet, serves to function as an advisory board to the Ministry of Health. Its functions include advising the Minister of Health on policy relating to the collection and use of human tissue for medical purposes in the islands, and to monitor the donation of tissue by living persons and the removal of tissue from deceased persons. So far, the Council has developed a draft framework that creates criteria and guiding principles on matters relating to human tissue transplants, including the local collection and use of human tissue for medical purposes, as well as monitoring donations of those tissues by living and deceased persons. The ministry will continue to keep the public informed and advise once the forms for donor registration becomes available. Well, these are the stories making headlines from the Radio Cayman newsroom. It's October, and that means Bullying Prevention Month. A schedule of activities for Bullying Prevention Month can be found on the Family Resources Center Facebook page. Meantime, famous UK pianist Martin Roscoe will be performing at the St. George's Anglican Church as the Cayman Arts Festival continues to host local classical musical events. Mr. Roscoe will be playing pieces by Beethoven and Chopin, to name a few. The event is this Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. You can get more details online at caymanartsfestival.com. Taking a look now at our weather forecast for our area in the Cayman Islands from the National Cayman Islands Weather Service. The broad area of low pressure along with the movement of a tropical wave across the Western Caribbean will help support showers and thunder across the Cayman area through tomorrow. Radar images show extensive areas of showers in and around the Cayman area, which are collectively moving towards the west-southwest. Now, the National Hurricane Center is issuing advisories on Hurricane Lorenzo, which is located over the central Atlantic Ocean. No tropical cyclone formation is expected during the next 5 days. Meantime, the forecast calls for cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers and some thunder, especially over the sister islands. Showers may be locally heavy at times. Winds are from the northeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, becoming variable 5 to 10 knots by afternoon and southerly by evening. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Now remember, for additional weather information, you can go online to weather.gov.ky. The latest forecasts can also be found on their Facebook page and on the weather radio dial 107.9 FM. Don't forget, you can also download the National Weather Services app, that's CINWS, to have the very latest in weather forecasts information at your fingertips. All right, and that's the latest from us here at CIG Television. To see what's happening on a programming schedule, you can go online to gis.gov.ky, go at the bottom of the homepage and click on the publications icon. If you missed today's news update or any yesterday or last week, you can go to the Cayman Islands Government Facebook page as well as the CIG Television YouTube channel. I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us, wishing you a wonderful and, of course, a very, very safe night, and hoping you'll join me back here again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now.
I'm Jody Ann Powery. I'm the Police Media Officer with the RCIPS, and I'm here to give you some crime prevention tips on how to best protect your property. The first thing that we want to discuss is our points of entries. Let's start with the front door, and then we'll move on to the windows and the back doors or sliding glass doors. The first thing to consider is the front door. This particular front door has 2 deadbolt locks. One of these deadbolt locks are properly carpentered and the other is not. When your door is properly locked, you'll hear a click at the end and the deadbolts are not able to move. If it is slightly opened, then you can push the deadbolt back without having any restrictions. I'll now proceed to show you what your lock should look like when it is properly locked. When it comes to your windows, you want to make sure that your window is locked all the way down, because even though the lock is on, if it's not all the way down, it can still be pried. The proper way to lock the window is to make sure that the window goes all the way down to the seal and then you pull across the lock. When you have a sliding glass door at home, you want to make sure that you have secondary locking devices in addition to the lock that comes with the door. One of those can be a simple piece of wood that's jamming the doorway. We want to encourage you to ensure that you don't make things easy for burglars who are looking for opportunities to break into property by leaving your property out in plain view. Some of these items are your car keys, your electronics, and your handbags. Make sure that you put these properties away when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed. When you're going camping or if you're taking your family on a trip, you want to ensure that your property has some sign of life. This can be done by leaving a light on or putting timers on your lights. And we want to ensure that our family homes are safe. In order to do so, we encourage that people take the proper precautions by starting up neighborhood watches or encouraging family members or persons they trust to check on their properties while they're away.